Well, we're about to talk Defensive Player of the Year. Very, very, very interesting that Kawhi Leonard, despite not getting the, let's say, popular vote that Draymond Green got, mostly getting second place and third place votes, won Defensive Player of the Year. I think this has happened maybe one other time in NBA history. What do you think about this interesting selection?
Well, it's hard to say. Kawhi is a great player. He's disruptive defensively. To me, he didn't play enough games. He missed a big chunk of the season. And we were just talking about him. My defensive player of the year and most improved player of the year is DeAndre Jordan. The impact he has on the defensive end is incredible, and he learned and he got so much better with the team concept defensively, when to edge, when to help a teammate, etc. His level of an IQ defensively is just off the charts. He challenges so many shots. You can't count those stats, but you need to prepare for DeAndre Jordan now, and he would have been my defensive player of the year.
Phil, I mean, one thing that Draymond Green brought up, he compared it to when George Bush beat Al Gore in the 2000 election, basically saying, Al Gore got more votes, but Bush won. I mean, do you think the system should be changed up? One idea has been thrown around is just having reporters and broadcasters vote for the number one selection. Don't have number two, number three, just vote for number one.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of ways to go about this. You could say fan voting at a certain level, but I think that would just skew it a little more. I think All-Star voting has shown that doesn't always pick the best Yao Ming choice every year. Or I remember that year, was it Trace McGrady or Allen Iverson was hurt and he still made it? Yeah. Anyways, Defensive Player of the Year, I think there's nothing terribly wrong. I just think this comes down to a question: if you've played X amount of games, do you still qualify? Right? So, I mean, that's what the question is. Had Kawhi Leonard been doing this all year, I think that we wouldn't really be arguing this, right? But the big pin on this is, he played a handful of games. Do you hold that against him? And I think for me, I say no, because when you're on the floor and you're being impactful, although the same can be said for MVP, right? If you
Russell
Westbrook.
Right.
Like, I think that has to be decided, and that's one thing that maybe Silver can come up on and say, if you're going to vote someone in, no matter the award, you have to play X amount of games. I think that's the only logical way to fix it, because it's tough to tell, like, you in 20 games, are you more impactful than you in 60 games or whatever.
Yeah, I think there needs to be more clarity in the system. Very interesting. Kawhi got it, and it was really nice to see Tim Duncan hand that off. Tim Duncan's never won Defensive Player of the Year. Interesting kind of seeing the baton pass from defensive spur to defensive spur.